Hi, this is Laura from LMNts Marketing, and loads of people I speak to these days are asking me how to make their marketing recession proof. So the knee-jerk reaction of SMEs these days is to try and put a lid on the marketing budget and not to spend anything. However, that's not how you are going to survive. As I always say, you've got to work smarter instead of harder. So the only way you're ever going to survive the recession is to create a smart marketing plan. By a smart marketing plan, I mean it's got to be focused on one thing and one thing only. And that one thing is return on investment. Also, it's got to be reasonable. So don't make a plan for 5 years, make a plan that's going to get you out of the mess you're in, or even if you're not in a mess, you feel like you're getting closer to the mess. So make sure that you're creating a plan that's going to help you short term and will also help you long term to survive. Now, there are different ways you can actually do that. So short term, it doesn't mean that you should be focusing on social media unless and building up your following list, because if you are starting from scratch, it's not going to help. So short term, you've got to focus on the one thing that's going to impact everything in your sales and marketing, and that is lead generation. So if you are not focused on lead generation and you are not actively seeking people who are looking for your services, they will not find you and you will go under. And every single time I actually think about how to survive, there's one memory that comes to my mind, which is when it was in Turkey. I was in Turkey with friends a couple of years ago, I would say probably 10 years ago. And I went in the sea, but it was really rough. So I literally started to swim in the sea, and there was an 8-foot wave that went over me. And my friends were watching from the shore, and they all thought I was gone. What I did instead of drowning was my feet could actually touch the ground. So I started climbing out. So the sea and the wave can't take me into the sea and take me under. So after the wave was gone, they were expecting me to rise up to the surface or ask for help or anything. Instead of that, I was about 10 yards from the shore, and I just stood up and I just walked to the shore. So that's exactly what you've got to do in the recession. You've got to go against the tide, even if it's really, really hard. If you do have the mindset that, oh, it's all gone to the dogs, nobody's got money, nobody's going to buy from me, we just have to survive this, you will never, because you've got to have a goal that's beyond survival. That's actually going to help you thrive, because there's so many examples of companies that thrived during recession. Obviously, you will have to probably rethink your strategy and your products and your pricing and the USPs, because people's behaviors, especially the buying behaviors, are going to change because money is much tighter at the moment. But it doesn't mean you will have to go out of business or cease trading or just give up. Because if you give up, you never give yourself a chance to succeed. And if you just sit back, you will never get anywhere. So please make sure that you create a business plan that is focused on the times we are facing and the times coming at in the next, I would say, 18 to 24 months. And make sure that you focus on the return on investment. So look at the marketing activities that you have invested in so far and see whether or not they actually match your goals and if they are delivering the results you expected them to. So on our marketing SWOT meetings, that is really, really popular. So it's a service we offer to SMEs, and it's a 360 of their entire marketing. We always ask them. What should you ditch? So what is the marketing activity you've got to get rid of? And it usually reveals an activity that doesn't bring in anything. It consumes too many resources and it's simply a waste of time. So why not get rid of them and follow the 80-20 rule of business? So focus on the things that actually work. So the offer is there anyway for a marketing SWOT. You can book a chat with us before you would decide that it's the right thing for you. But our SWOTs are limited, so we can't do more than a couple of weeks really, because it's a lot of research, a lot of time. But it can make or break a business. So make sure that you are focusing on making your business and marketing recession proof.